We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about Bitcoin and why I think the bottom is in and why I think that will catch many people off guard. And yeah, so we are going to discuss this quickly, and then we are going to take a good look at our altcoins that are completely wrecked at the floor. So make sure to stay all the way through. So good morning to each and every one of you. I hope you're doing well. Make sure to smash up the like button here for this stream if you can. If you may, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and notifications on, so little bell icon on, so that you never miss out when I go live. And with that, thanks to all the rare hodlers, by the way, here, and let's jump right into the action, making it fairly quickly. So yesterday we had another scare, and that was a bigger lesson for me, because I think I was too early on that CME gap. But first things first, let's look at the daily. So it seems that we are reacting exactly where we thought that we would react. So back to 80,250, where we were yesterday, hitting 76,000. So a very, very deep retracement here after losing this level. And obviously, if we were to lose this level, that would be really, really bad, right? So yeah. All in all, I think this is looking good. Now we need to have a follow-up of course, right? But we wanted to have this retest. You remember from all these weeks, we wanted to have this retest. Even we said it will be painful, but we want to have the retest on this broader inverse head and shoulders breakout picture to confirm our breakout. So this confirmation, if you look at this time frame, is not done yet. 5 days, 18 hours for the weekly, and for the monthly, it's even more. But we are getting there, right? So we are looking at some things that actually point in the direction of a momentum shift, such as this stochastic RSI flip. But first, quick shout out here to the chat, to you guys that are here every day. By the way, smash up the like button for that. Binance says Blaze says every day. Also, Trucking Hank is here, says welcome back. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be back. McGenzie is also here, and Jasper Frank. Good morning to you guys and everyone else who's lurking in the shadows, or is either too tired in the evening or too tired in the morning. So that's why we have to take a sip of coffee. Sip of coffee in the evening, no good, because then you can't sleep, and then your eyes are going to be more red than this chart. So that is one side of the picture, right? But as I said before, lessons learned. Okay, so this part is new. Why? Because remember when I said when this year happened, when this week happened, I said, okay, I think we can consider the CME gap as closed. I think that's apparently not exact science. as there was a smaller part of the CME gap open, the price came back to close this one and fell down, opened another one here, and then yesterday decided to come back and finally close this last part of the CME gap, right? So lessons learned for me, the CME gap is not closed until it's closed, okay? Okay, so that was one bigger learning, but also means for me now it's really closed, right? And that means, hey, maybe we can now finally travel up, close the small one, and hopefully continue our journey here for this massive bull run. And I think there are a couple of things that point in that direction as well. Let's quickly first look at the markets. Yeah, the markets are red. Asia is red. Mainland Chinese investors snap up a record amount of Hong Kong stocks to play AI. So AI is still like in the big narrative also, by the way. Everything, like if you're at work, so everything's looking at AI, everything, buzzword AI. So I think AI coins, they will still do very well once liquidity is coming back, swept back into the market. Here we have the other side, the boost. China's 41 billion plan to boost consumption is just a start as deflationary pressures deepen. So China has a problem with the opposite, with deflation. Europe went through some phase like this where inflation was only 0.5% or even less, which led to massive stimulus. So China is very likely going to treat this problem with more liquidity injection, which means global liquidity going up, which means the biggest signal for crypto is still happening, right? So this is basically what we see today. I think we should do this more often, right? I think we should have a little bit more a look at just the headline news to see what's going on, but also to see what everyone thinks, right? Because that's going to form and shape the opinion of everyone here. So S&P 500 futures edge up as recession fears triggered a market sell-off. Also, this is something people are now afraid of, a recession. Usually, if you're early in your presidency, like Trump is now in the US, you don't want to have a big recession in your presidency and have it go on for long. So I think that also says, which you see here, right, on the side, US markets slump as Trump dismisses economic fears. So also that needs to be treated with bigger a global liquidity injection, or bigger US liquidity, US M2 injection, right? So I think that's what's dominating the markets at the moment. Europe likely to open in the red. The pre-market for US okay-ish, but the US was red also. So let's talk about this. Yesterday I had these pink charts open from Julian Bittel and Raul Pal. I think they're great. So after I made the stream yesterday, also Raul Pal came out and said, hey, look, this too shall pass. Crypto is still feeling the tightening in liquidity from stronger dollar and higher rates in Q4. That is almost done, and financial conditions are easing fast, and M2's headed back to new highs. So M2 being the global money supply with a 10-week lead. Compared to Bitcoin, and you see the bump here. We're probably now in this valley. Here's your 10-week lead, right? What does it show you? Bitcoin go up, number go up. That's it. It didn't take out this high yet, but in the 10-week lead, so very likely we have a longer recovery at our hands. And then we see here. We had the exact same correction in 2017 caused by the same reaction to Trump policies, higher dollar and higher rates, which then reversed. Okay, so yeah, again, you see this is not Bitcoin cycle comparison, but if you do the cycle comparison, you are also very close. So we have in red the global M2 in today and versus then, and we have the same president then versus today, or today versus then. And the trajectory that is happening here is the same, okay? So it's very interesting to see this, that apparently until now the same policy or the same market sentiments, the same setup seems to turn out the same, okay? But over time we just keep climbing the long regression channel, whether we stay at the man red or climb above it by another standard deviation or two remains to be seen as the cycle develops, but definitely not there yet. The cycle regression band is now at, or would be then in the end at 210k. Yeah, Walrus King, you said not so fun out there at the moment. That is part and parcel, for that. But yeah, and then also ISM manufacturing. We're still early in the business cycle using ISM, and as the ISM rises this year and into next year, crypto will rise with it. Patience and less drama. DFTU rules. I don't actually know. DFTU, what does it mean? Let me know in the chat. No idea. There are too many of these. In case you know. ICYM. I don't know. YMCA rules, or thingies. No idea what that is. But overall, I think it's a great post. And if the ISM reverses here, which it already does, usually it doesn't take so long for Bitcoin's performance to catch on with it. Okay, so that's what implies the next leg up here as well. So theory out here is Trump wants the market to crash to be able to lower the yields and force rate cuts. This helps refinancing the 7 trillion debt cheaply. Bull market not over. So we will see if that is really the plan or if this just, I don't know. Yeah, if they are, if that's happening. But here's another picture on the global M2, right? So the same that I posted in here when the M2 basically said, okay, we're going to crash. Now it's saying going up, and we are still crashing, right? So that is very interesting, right? That this plays out in this manner. But I think that we are probably in this somewhere here in this last development, right? Where this upside is coming. I'm very confident of that, guys. Also, we looked at it yesterday. Still in the same area. The DXY. There is no real, let's say, like no real strong. I mean, here's stronger support maybe, but it's already lost. So we should see more downside to the DXY over time. Putting that here. Yeah, for the DXY, which also would benefit then the risk on assets with apparently a lag, right? So yeah, that is that. Now, where's I had another one. Oh, I think I forgot to pull this up, but okay. So let's talk about altcoins then. Quickly. Altcoins are still in the red, obviously, as Bitcoin dominance is still so high, right, at almost all-time highs. I think this will also change. There's more patience needed here, but yeah, alts are on discount big time. I think the overall performance of altcoins is way worse than we had expected it, as money stays out. You see this here. And this is also this is an important chart. So what we're looking at here is the USDT dominance. So Tether dominance in the market. And what's really important is that Tether doesn't take out this high, right? Because otherwise you would have a double bottom scenario here. And we want the dominance of Tether to go down, meaning Tether being converted into the market. And right now there's massive Tether piling up here in the pockets of market actors. And we want really that this turns out to be some kind of a head and shoulders pattern, right? Where this is the right shoulder, and therefore we cannot take this out, right? So hopefully the move is at the end here, and we see ourselves coming back here to allocating Tether into the market. Okay, still waiting for that move here. Okay, so that is one part. The other part is altcoins. Let's get back to the topic of altcoins. By the way, Ethereum, not so great, right? This should also push higher now. I mean, it's still 20 days out, so we can't know for sure, but we really want Ethereum to do well for the altcoins to get a boost. I mean, Solana can also lead, but we want Ethereum to do well. So what is then interesting is if Solana does well but Ethereum not, is the total 2 even a good indicator, right? And we observed this before, like here when we lost this support and bearish retest here, that okay, some shit is going on. We don't get our wave push to 2 trillion, right? We don't. Instead, the market, the altcoin market, just lost, what is that, 30%, which is okay-ish in total terms, but very devastating for the smaller altcoins, right? So now the question is, what's the next move here? And the next move, in my opinion, or the next thing to observe, is we definitely don't want to put in any lower low here, right? We want to put in a higher low at least, so that our trajectory goes like this, right? Where also, by the way, right now, like an Elliott wave push here is basically invalidated, because this should have bounced here and not. The target remains. This target remains, but these waves, that's basically not the case anymore, right? So what we don't want to see is that this evolves into some kind of some kind of this scenario, right, where you put in even maybe a lower low and something like that, where altcoins are just not performing. We don't want to see. But I think with new liquidity injection, that should not be the case. The positive side is that this is still an uptrend, right? So at some point you want to see this bounce, and then maybe lead to something like that you're converging here and then break out, hopefully going to beyond our $2 trillion target for the altcoins. But right now, altcoins pretty much in shambles. If you believe that the bull market is still on, could be a buying opportunity, right? Or we are going into a mini bear market here, right? So, by the way, that's for the total 2. I mean, that's very close, right? I mean, look at this. We really need to bounce here to revert this, because this is our last bear cross on the total 2. For altcoins, there's only one, so how good this indicators for the altcoins remains to be seen. But still, I'm looking cautiously at this, because we really don't want to have a bear cross here, right? So a bounce is really highly appreciated. So there are mixed signs, and also, like, I mean, whatever altcoin you're pulling up, they're not looking that good, right? So look at VRA, for example, here, right? Lost its support, didn't go through this overhead resistance, so not cool at all. I I mean, what altcoin should we look at, right? What altcoin should we look at? For example, GRT. GRT is also one I remember. I didn't even look at it, but I remember that it wasn't doing that well. And here we see it also, right? I mean, this is a monthly, right? Lower highs right here. Is there something with more history? Because the graph did very well last cycle. Yeah, there you go. Right. So this was the setup. Hey, could we converge here? Bam, breakout? No, we lost support for the graph. Coming back down here potentially to, what is that? 5 cents or so. So this is not great because no higher highs, right? So for many altcoins, it looks like this. How does Solana look, by the way? Sol USDT. I don't know which chart I usually have open, but for Solana, you could, like, you put in new highs, like new all-time high, but if you would discount inflation here from 21 to now, I can already see from here, without even measuring that you would probably have a lower high here, right? So it remains to be seen, but this is way stronger, obviously, than the graph of VRA or Ecomi or anything else, right? Devi at super juicy prices, that's also true. And Devi, if we look at Devi here, I think we might be coming down all the way to 40 cents, which is also not great. But it's better than many other altcoins, as you see, right? So this is the big resistance to get through. Here you go. This would be the next big support, right, to bounce. The volume is also decreasing here a little bit, so we want to see more volume on the bounce then, but we could see, another 16-cent sell-off to go to bounce here, right? Devi, does it have good potential to hit the low 40-cent range? Yes, Adam, I think so. I think so, but it would be another 30% sell-off almost, right, from here. So, yeah. So massive profit taking happened here, and now here on the loss of this support, people got scared. I think the next bounce range is this one, and yeah, that would be good if it would be stopping here, right? Maybe it goes fast and then we can V-shape, or it goes slow and then we slowly come back up. I don't know, but since we're talking about weeks here, every candle being weeks, well, that might be a little bit more pain ahead. So it's really, yeah, tariffs, yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so we are definitely, and this is something to reflect on, right? The excitement of the end of the year and the preview of, hey, usually altcoins do this and that, show us how unpredictable things are. And we're trying, obviously, here to get a better picture for ourselves. But I mean, look, for example, at the story of Bitcoin dominance here, how unpredictable things can be. If macro factors don't play along, then things don't play out the same as they have been before, right? In terms of alt seasons, right? So you have this massive falling wedge. It looks like it would play out, and you just got faked out and wrecked, right? So it's with everything of prediction, such as the global M2 or how the altcoins could come back. It remains the timing remains a gamble, right? And I think predicting is all nice and well, but I think you also have to have a greater commitment or to your bag, right, than only, oh, I did this TA and now this will play out in this way and probably and breakout and confirmation and so on. That's all nice and it can give us the edge. But I think that either you believe in crypto and the developments that are happening, or you don't, and then you are scared. And either you are allocated in a reasonable way, or you don't, and you are way too much invested into this, right? Where you can lose or where you can't lose. The past has shown. So the past has shown that people who are very committed to their goal, they believe in the fundamentals, got usually rewarded, even though it looks from time to time as if the world or the market or everything is ending. So I think even if we go into May and nothing really happens with crypto and altcoins, people will declare the end of the altcoin season, but then they will be caught off guard when it then happens 3 months later and they moved out of their bags and or they don't hodl to at least a part of their position in just in case that it happens. So I think that crypto is not predictable to the degree that you can say, oh, it happens either in this quarter or it doesn't at all, right? So we don't know what happens, right? We saw it also in 2020, 2021, that it looked very bad with the C crisis. Prices coming back down to 30K and so on, right? To 3,000, and then it reversed and pumped all the way back up, right? And I mean we all know the story that the market went from 3,000 on that lows to all the way up to 69,000, which is crazy, right? And that was only Bitcoin. So just because there's a recession or just because that's not enough, right? And let's be honest, like if we look at what has actually been done in the US, it is extremely bullish for altcoins. I mean, the SEC is stopping to go after most of these projects right now. They're stopping these investigations that have been opened up 4 years ago. This should be bullish for altcoins, right? We see there's legislation going in place to facilitate building in this crypto industry. So if we see what's being actually done versus what the prices reflect, the prices are behaving according to global factors like global M2 and so on, lagging behind. But the fundamentals are screaming bullish. So I, for myself, and this is maybe the conclusion is, I will stay in my bag, no matter what. Not no matter what, but probably for like most things that can happen, I will stay in my bag. And I will see this through and take this as a learning or as a lesson. But I'm very confident that at some point, this global M2 that we just were looking at yesterday and today and in many, many streams before will play out just the way that it looks, and then prices will go green again, and then nobody will remember that we were feeling really, really bad here, right, at this point. So I think that's where we have to pass through, and then everyone will call you lucky for having been in crypto at the right time. Now, with that, guys, I will let you go today. Smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, notifications on. We will be back tomorrow for another nice stream here. So wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and I catch you in the next live stream or video. Have a good one, and bye.